Hello, my name is Cass O'Connor, and I am here making these videos to demonstrate with my journey what is possible through manifestation, and that anything's possible. Anything you can dream of, you can have. And that's how I'm living my life, sharing with you. Recently, some of my manifestations have been health and a trip to Australia. Regarding my health, as I showed in one of my earlier videos, I had some skin issues that were going on for a few months, and they've miraculously cleared up. I had been trying so many different things for months, changing my diet, going on cleanses, putting all types of different topical creams and ointments, and just like really trying to figure this out. I even made an appointment with an allergist, although, deep down I really knew that I could manifest healing, that I didn't need to go searching for it. And basically, I stopped searching for it. I was like, okay, that's it, I'm done. I'm just gonna believe. And it cleared up. It wasn't the nuts. It wasn't needing to change my diet. It wasn't something in the air. I just needed to believe. And I feel like the universe is teaching me these lessons. I've learned to put more focus on my vision and what I want, and less focus on the sensation of my body and physical reality of things that I don't want. I mean, things are there and we have to respond and we have to deal with things in our environment. But we don't have to believe that that is the final word, because what we're creating is coming from within. I'm kind of learning that I get to stop getting so caught up in how my body feels, how I look, how things seem to be, because that's not the final word. And a lot of times when I release resistance and stop focusing on what I don't want that's in my environment, stop focusing on my eyes looking so bad and itching and all of that, and just really believe and let go, a lot of times that's when the miracle happens. Regarding my trip, I am demonstrating to myself that I can live the life that I want, that I can have freedom, and that I can go places, and that I can experience things when I want to, that I am not bound by need for money or time or any of that, that I can decide to do something and manifest it. And so that's why I'm going to Australia, to show myself what is possible. I have to demonstrate it to myself in order for my belief to grow. And it is, because I am going. I've got everything lined up. I've got my place to stay. I've got my trip. I kind of miraculously manifested a visa, which came like immediately in less than 24 hours. So this trip, I intend to fly first class. As of now, my tickets are not first class, but I have visualized sitting in first class seats and being handed the warm towel and putting it on my face and being able to stretch out my legs and be like, this is it. This is luxury. And that's what I intend to experience on this trip. I'll let the universe work out the details. I also intend to comfortably be able to spend money of up to $3,000. That's the number I'm giving myself to be able to spend on this trip. I'm gonna have to use credit cards while I'm there, but I want to have that money set aside in my savings so that as soon as I get home, I just pay off the credit cards immediately. So far, I'm up 1,000, 3,000 more to go, and I know it's going to happen. I'm a money magnet. I've definitely, had a lot of money blocks in my life, and I know that's why I am financially as I am right now. I've always believed that you have to work super hard for money. And then my low self-esteem and low self-worth meant that even when I do work hard, I don't make a lot of money. And so that's come up for me. Even when I do a lot now and people give me money that I think is more than they should, more than I deserve, I'm realizing that that's just not the case anymore. That I am valuable and I am worthy. And the same goes for every person on this earth. If you exist, then you are an invaluable part of the universe. That makes you worthy. And that makes you valuable. And the money that we receive that's given to us is a direct result of the value that we provide. So if we're given a lot of money, we're providing a lot of value. So take it and feel good about it. You deserve it. I've also synchronistically, I just joined a 21 Days of Abundance meditation challenge with Kinga Creamer. I follow her on YouTube, and it's just amazing that she's doing this right now, exactly synchronistically when I am wanting to manifest abundance for my trip. So perfect timing. I'm doing that right now, and I'm just gonna allow it to happen. I'm ready for some miracles, and I will let you know as they come to pass. Okay, now to the meat of the video. Here are some more manifesting techniques that I am going to share with you today. A real powerful one that I feel like is essential, you have to be able to do this, is self-talk. As you work through old beliefs and, just ways of being, you're going to need to reason with yourself and convince yourself a lot of times of the new beliefs that you want to impress on your subconscious. So these manifesting techniques are basically impressing your subconscious, because your subconscious directs most of what you do, most of what you feel, think, kind of your automatic responses and the vibrations you give off. So when you're impressing your subconscious with something new, it's gonna resist it because it's already been programmed a certain way. Sometimes you have to kind of convince your subconscious of this new truth, because it'll keep bringing up the old one over and over again. And it'll be like, but wait, what about this? This is how we used to believe, right? And you'll have to just keep reasoning with yourself over and over again. And I know this because I've dealt with a lot of doubt, and for many years I just refused to really believe in higher power. I just had such a negative view of the world. And to overcome that now, a lot of times really negative thoughts will pop into my head and I'll be like, what the hell? That's not how I want to believe. This is how we want to believe. And then I just have to have a conversation with myself. So self-talk can really help you get from that negative feeling that comes up from an old belief back into the feeling that you desire. And so learning how to converse with yourself in a powerful and positive way will really impress your subconscious and, reprogram it to what you desire in your life. Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich even takes it a step further. he has like an invisible council that he discusses things with. He would use people like Abraham Lincoln and other people that he looked up to, and he would have conversations with them and just get insights and inspiration and really work through things to move forward in his life in a powerful way. And so you can do it that way too. You can have conversations with your higher self. You can have conversations with your subconscious, conversations with spirit. You can even have conversations with people that you admire in your mind. And you'll be amazed at how these conversations will evolve over time. And you'll receive inspiration that just you feel like did not come from your own brain. It came from something higher. And so it's an exciting way to really build a relationship with yourself and with spirit and transform yourself into what you desire. Another technique is revision from Neville Goddard. He talked about revision as being used to really reprogram yourself from old ways of being. So in the way that he would suggest using it was, just before bed, state akin to sleep, when your conscious mind is not as in control and you're able to influence your subconscious. So basically you look back over your day or over even further back over a situation that happened that was not ideal for you, that does not reflect who you want to be or the life you want to live. So you work back over this situation that happened or feeling or whatever that came up for you, and you revise it. So you imagine it happening in a totally different way. You imagine it happening in the ideal way that you would want it to happen now. So he suggests that you go back, go over it, visualize it a few times, night after night, until you get that feeling within that it actually happened differently. And so it's almost like a memory now that you have of that happening the ideal way. And what that will do is impress your subconscious that that is how you really are. Because the subconscious, when you visualize something, it's like it's happening now. This is a great way to manifest your life how you want it to be. Because once you revise those past situations, the future ones are gonna happen that way as well. So this is a great way to program your mind for manifesting your desires. And the third technique I'm going to talk about today is using the law of assumption. This one also was introduced by Neville Goddard. The law of assumption is powerful. I've been using this one a lot lately. This is how I manifested my face clearing up. It's how I manifested sobriety. I assumed that it was done. I stopped thinking about it, worrying about it, overanalyzing it, or trying to make it happen. And I just assumed that everything was okay. And then it was. So the first step to the law of assumption is impressing the subconscious mind. So you would, do a visualization, affirmations, self-talk, any of the other many modalities that there are to impress your subconscious, but make it, perfectly clear what you want. And then the law of assumption, you let it go. A lot of people will just not even think about what they desired again, and then all of a sudden it'll pop up, months later, weeks later, even years later, but it will. And so it's powerful just to assume it's done, not worry about it, and just let it happen the way that it's supposed to. The premise of a lot of Neville Goddard's teaching is once you impress the subconscious mind that there's actually nothing you can do to make it happen. A lot of times we think that we have to do a lot because we're living in the physical world. And so we, learn to believe that we have to do things. But once you impress the subconscious mind, everything actually happens automatically. So automatically, synchronicities will occur. Automatically, you'll just be guided to do certain things. Automatically, you'll just have the right thoughts. It just kind of happens magically, but it seems ordinary a lot of times. And so you might, after the fact, be like, well, no, this, and that happened, and that's why it happened. But no, it was your initial impression on your subconscious, and then everything else happened automatically after that. And so the law of assumption, what a relief. You can let go. Don't get in the way. Just believe and move forward. And your job is to give off that positive vibration and let go of fear and doubt. It's important not to let, fear kind of creep in. Sometimes it creeps in through the back door. You just try to ignore it. And then boom, there it is. It's best not to ignore it. Any feelings that come up, it's best to acknowledge them. But they don't have to have any power over you or what you manifest. They're just feelings. They don't have to mean anything. It can just be a past emotion coming up. And it's really great to come up with a word when that happens, such as, I am my ideal now. So you can come up with some kind of a phrase or a word that kind of just gets you back to what you believe. Sometimes you have to have a full-on conversation. Sometimes you have to meditate for 2 hours. I've had to do this. But don't let those fears take over. You can just let them go. They don't exist unless you give your attention to them and give them meaning. So with love and harmony, may you manifest your dreams. I might check in before my trip, but it might be during my trip because I'm leaving March 19th to go to Australia. But I plan on recording a video there and taking lots of other clips and pictures, which I will share. And I love you. Happy manifesting. Thanks for letting me share.